The story begins within the Valerian Empire, a colossal giant that stood greatly as one of the continent's dominant powers for centuries. During the height of its glory, the empire stretched across three continents, extending itself from the rugged coasts of the Atlantic in the west, the huge great mountains of Anatolia, dense forests beyond the Alps to the fertile lands of the Nile. No power dared to rival its expanding influence, wealth, and military might in the old world. The empire was the heart of civilization itself at its finest, an immense network of stone roads connected to distant provinces, allowing armies, merchants, including travelers, to travel distant lands and cross thousands of kilometers. Small communes and bustling cities were flourishing with large populations, with them mostly travelers from distant lands beyond the borders of the empire's reach. The network had paved roads, aqueducts, bridges, ports, and thriving cities that united vast territories across the empire into a single imperial state governed by the empire itself as a whole. Millions of people from countless cultures, languages, including traditions, lived beneath the authorities of the empire's crown, making the Great Empire one of the most diverse societies in history. Trade was the lifeline of the empire due to its thirst for resources to keep the nation running in its golden age. Prosperity spread throughout the empire as business flourished, markets expanded, and valuable resources flowed freely between the provinces. The wealth generated by this vast economic network financed magnificent temples, baths, libraries, amphitheaters, and monumental agriculture that showcased the unrivaled power, including prestige. During this golden age, innovation continued to flourish within its greatest academies across the empire. While politicians quarreled over succession and generals fought for influence, two scholars sought to usher the empire into an era of discovery. Together, the two scholars embarked on an ambitious project unlike anything before. Combining bronze gears, iron ink gauges, water pumps, and experimental steam chambers, they constructed something that would be the Empire's first true mechanical machine. However, though primate in later standards, the invented device was the capital of performing repetitive labor with remarkable precision. This new invention spread quickly like wildfire across the empire. Many who witnessed this invention dismissed it as little more than an elaborate curiosity. Wealthy landowners saw little need for it when slave labor remained abundant because of its great profits on resources and other stuff. However, unbeknownst to them, their invention will begin something bigger and change the old world, starting a different age after the collapse of the empire. Long after. During the golden age of the Valiant Empire's reign, cracks started to show that signaled the golden age was slowly ending. Preserving the empire soon became a hard and difficult task, due to most of the empire being consumed by corruption, internal rivalries, and political rivalries that seeped into the bureaucracy, including generals who challenged the authority of the emperor. Yet, as the empire stood on the brink of technological renaissance, its political foundation slowly crumbled. Not even the technological advances could save the weakening empire due to centuries of corruption and economic decline, which soon caused it to fall deeper into turmoil. Then a devastating blow happened back at home. Emperor Aurelius IV would soon die due to natural causes, without a clear heir to the throne. This soon spirals the empire into chaos as rival claimants declared themselves rightful leaders, backed by noble families, generals, including supporters, which soon caused the empire to fracture into civil war. However, the empire's collapse wasn't the end of Valeria itself. Although it nearly lost half of its territory, its surviving body managed to survive with the help of Emperor Aurelia, who was the daughter of the last emperor and managed to save what was left of it by her influence before her father's death. During the chaos, she soon fled northwest with some of her supporters, managing to keep half the empire restored to her. And now, the future is in her hands. Will her devote of rebuilding the nation through economic reform, scientific discovery, and technological advancement? Would she fund engineers of the future whose revolutionary machines promise to transform industry, strengthen commerce, and usher an age of unprecedented prosperity? Or follow a different route of ruthless expansion and conquest in hopes to rebuild her father's legacy of a lost empire, but at a cost of countless lives and years of war? The fate will soon be decided in her own hands. As the empire began to rebuild in the old world, history unfolded far beyond its horizons. Across the ocean, past Atlantis, history unfolded something different. In the woodlands of the New World, it was home to many native societies in dense forests, winding rivers, towering mountain ranges, and sprawling plains divided the land into different and distinct cultural and economic regions. Hundreds of tribe confederacies, communes, and independent city-states competed for territory, resources, and influence. Some societies prospered through agriculture and trade, while others became feared raiders, warriors, and nomadic hunters who dominated the wilderness. Although many of these small, large societies remained independent, one nation would distinguish itself from all the others. Forged through diplomacy, conquest, and innovation, it would unite dozens of tribes beneath a singular banner and establish a nation that would soon become a regional to a global superpower with its influence spanning east and west, whose military strength, economic prosperity, and technological advancements would reshape the balance of power across the globe. But however, for now, it only remained a dream, waiting for it to be fulfilled.